This is Port Dinorwic on the Menai Straits in North Wales, and tucked away neatly inside it is Port Dinorwic Harbour, offering itself as one of the gateways to Caernarfon Bay. The village is the home base of the 11-metre catamaran Morgan James II, skippered by Andy Owen, who for reasons of trip timing and access moors the boat outside the marina, preferring to pick up at nearby Caernarfon. Andy is probably best known for his wreck fishing catches down off the Llyn Peninsula in the deep waters off the St George's Channel. But while wreck fishing may well be the main reason why many of the parties book his boat, given the choice, Andy would much prefer to fish light for the smaller fish species inhabiting the reefs and banks, which are to be found all the way down to Bardsey and beyond for the bream and the bass.
On the rough ground we have here in Caernarfon Bay, the main species we target is Black Bream plus the taupe. But there's lots of wrasse, codling, huss to be caught. The best rigs to use if you're targeting the bream are just short snoods, 2 short snoods above the weight, or a set of shrimp rigs, just baited with very small strips of mackerel, squid or ragworm. Fishing for the taupe, the usual, just a simple running ledger with a 200-pound heavy mono trace. If you move off the rough ground onto the clean ground, the species we target are rays and the gurnards. There again, just keep a simple running ledger for the rays. For the gurnards, a 2-up rig. Don't have a snood on the bottom on the small rigs because you just get pestered with dogfish.
It's long been known that black bream, plus all the other reef species, respond well to rubby-dubby. The problem is that while a bag attached to the anchor may well congregate the fish, it can also draw them away from the actual fishing area, which is underneath the boat. To get around this, Andy uses a purpose-made bait dropper filled with a mix of chopped mackerel and rice. When lowered to the bottom, it automatically opens and expels its contents when the tripper hits the reef. Over clean ground, a strong tide will quickly disperse this loose feed away from the boat, but with so many nooks and crannies to slow things down, it should last longer when dropped into a reef. It will, however, need repeat doses, with little and often being the best approach. As Andy has already said, small baits and small hooks work best for black bream, but they're also good for a wide range of other small fish species out over the rough ground. Always when doing this kind of fishing it pays to have a selection of baits, because even if one in particular shines on the day, which on this trip turned out to be squid, it may not do the same next time out.
To me. We haven't got fuck all in 2 hours, so that's big, that isn't it?
Oh well, that was... Hey, it's for the small one, is it?
Oh, well, it's not. There's all spread each time, isn't it? Yeah. Change. that one, is it?
Say, mate.
It's alright. I'll get you soaking in your box in a minute. It's alright, it's alright.
Other side of it. Yeah. 2 huss it is, Andy. It's 2 huss.
Too small one. Probably not bad size.
Have you got 2 baits on or what?
Two big huss on it.
It was spat the Mackerel out.
Bring mine in as well.
It's got up the line. And another one's had it.
Well, it's not quite heavy.
It's not mine to bring it in, that'll be.
Same with the trouble. That'll just be funny. Go.
Should we pull that one?
Do you want me to haul it in? Yes? Not a bad size.
While bigger baits obviously are designed to pick up the bigger fish, the smaller baits can also be taken by tope and huss, sometimes even 2 at a time, as was the case here.
Enjoy the fight.
I'll tell you what, scrap that.
Get the things out of that.
Let's get that out.
Beautiful fish, Bob.
Well done, Ian, you bought mine in as well. Save me a job.
Is that net caught me up there?
Right, which one's mine, Ian? Mine's the bigger one.
Is your head full? No.
£3. They're
all £10.
£3.
10, 12 pounds.
That one was yours, Ian.
What's it here?
Yeah. It's your hook out of here, I'll tell you.
Let's get it.
It's got T-bar, stuff down. Hold on, Ian.
Oh yeah, it's getting a bit
Put
deeper.
them- Yeah, so I'll T-bar it.
It's a tea bagging. Sorry, Ian. 23rd, yeah, cool. I'll definitely join you then.
You got a bream on there, Don?
While bream may well be a small species, on appropriate tackle they can be great fun, and pound for pound rate amongst the best fighting fish in British waters, which when you find them in feeding mood, if you keep them concentrated under the boat with a rubby-dubby, they can often be relied upon to provide non-stop action from the beginning of the trip right through to the end.